Well, good evening, everybody. Oh, man, we got a lot to talk about, and I am just really stoked to be here with you guys. I came on last night, did a live stream regarding Binance, and we're going to talk about that also. But, wow, I wake up this morning, as we all did, and here it is. The SEC has decided to double and triple down and even quadruple down. If you haven't heard this, I'm going to share this with you in a few minutes. But before we get started, I'm glad everybody is here. Say hello. Let me know you're here and where you're from. We're going to have a really awesome live stream tonight. Lots of information to cover, and I want to get your thoughts and your views on everything. But again, let me know you're here. I'm just going to get right into it. So, yesterday, as we know, Binance was notified by the SEC that they are being sued for securities violations from the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States, brought to you by Chief Gary Executioner Gensler. That's right. He is going for it. The man... He just doesn't care. He's like a bull in a china shop. He's coming to take everybody out. He's cleaning house and taking names. And Binance was first. Now he's going after, which is, honestly, if this wasn't, this kind of hilarious. I'm sorry, but I've got to find some humor in it. He's going after Binance, which is the biggest, the SEC, mind you, because they are, of course, just in case you weren't aware, they are being sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for selling unregistered securities. Now, that was yesterday. And to make things even more fun and lively in the crypto markets, I get up this morning and booyah! He does it again with Coinbase. Comes out and is basically saying, all right, Coinbase is selling unregistered securities, and by the way, you are an unlicensed security broker, and there's 13 counts against Coinbase. 13. Now, weren't we here a couple of months ago when the Securities and Exchange Commission was basically going after them about their staking platforms and their staking and what they're doing? Well, that's not good enough for them. They've decided to come out and basically charge and want to take two of the world's largest, not in the United States, mind you, we're talking global crypto exchanges with deep pockets. Now, Brian Armstrong, the head of Coinbase, he's ready. He's ready for a fight. And I think Binance, if you were here last night, we went through it, and I'll kind of reiterate, they're also up for the fight. And that's what's going to be. But it's almost like the SEC is trying to like I don't know, they're taking on the biggest kids on the block, and they don't quite have the oomph to do it, but they're doing it anyway. Like beer muscles or whatever it is. You know, some people they drink too much and they think that they're Superman. Well, I don't know what the deal is here, but this is pretty intense, and some new information came out, but I want to know who's here first, and I want you guys to do me a favor and hit that like button. Everyone needs to see this. You guys are here, and I'm glad you're here. I want to see who's going to be first to hit that like button and who's going to be the first to say hello. If you're new to Crypto Dojo, thank you for being here. I appreciate you all very, very much. So it also has came out that besides the fact that, and we're going to kind of delve into, especially this Coinbase issue. Now, I'm going to go with the idea that what I'm going to be sharing with you, someone hit that like button. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm not sure who you were, but thank you very much. Say hi. Let me know who you were. Who hit that first like button? Hey, there we go. Hey, D. Kent. If this is your first time here, man, welcome. And, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. I'm going to want your feedback, too, so don't go anywhere. There's a lot to unpack in tonight's live stream. So I'm going to focus primarily on Coinbase, but we will kind of shift back and forth, just general regulation, and we're going to talk about Binance and all that good stuff. But I want to get through this Coinbase debacle first. So Coinbase has came out, and this was months ago. Hey, David. Oh, David, you the man. Booyah. Now, but D was first to comment, so hey, but David, thanks for being here, man. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you got your coffee or your water or whatever it is, because this is going to be a killer live stream, and it's going to be a lively one too. So, if you have friends or family, hey, tell them to come over here. We got a lot to talk about. So, all right. So Coinbase months ago was served notice by the SEC that they were being investigated for basically their staking protocols and all this kind of stuff. Now, Coinbase has said repeatedly that they have tried dozens of times to communicate with the SEC and try to be compliant. I mean, there's really no regulation here. There's no framework whatsoever to go in between the lines. But Coinbase was showing good faith by reaching out and coming to the SEC and trying to find out what they can do to be compliant and how they can not get in trouble with the SEC. The SEC repeatedly refused to answer any questions, refused to give them any guidance or any sort of clarity on what they can do to not be in violation of regulations that aren't even in place yet. And so now we fast forward to right now, that not even 24 hours after SEC has decided to pick a fight and take Binance. Now, I'm not talking Binance US. I'm talking Binance, like the whole everything. Now, Binance US is like a subset of the Binance Exchange Global, but they have decided to go after Binance as for selling unsecured securities and all that good stuff. And we also have found out that the SEC now has officially named specific cryptos as nice. Everyone who's here, click the like button. Thank you. That everyone, we've got a list, basically a list of cryptos that the SEC, and this is from Coinbase, has determined to them are securities. And I'm just going to give you, we've got number one on the chopping block, Cardano. I'm not surprised at all about any of these choices. So we got Cardano, we got Filecoin, we've got Chills, we've got Matic. So we have got we've got Axie Infinity as a security. Essentially, if the way we look at it, every single crypto other than Bitcoin is going to be considered a security. And even then, who knows what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But right now, they just came out and said, Coinbase, you're in violation. You've been in violation for years. But here's the rub, everyone. And I want to get your feedback on this, guys. So Coinbase started at around, 2018, 2019? That's when they said that they started the process of being an unregistered securities broker. Coinbase is a publicly traded company. Went public, I believe, in 2021? How in the hell, if you are considered an illegal security, an unregistered securities broker, how in the world are you able to be approved to become a publicly traded company on the stock market? I have no idea how that happened. That's another thing that Coinbase responded to, saying the same thing. It's like common sense is not holding water with the SEC. They just arbitrarily decide to determine, like, hey, and it's funny because they're going after the biggest crypto exchanges. They're not mucking around. Now, they went after Kraken, and I think Kraken, now, this is tough because I don't know. I'm not slamming Kraken, but Kraken settled, which I think emboldened the SEC. They thought, wait a minute, these guys settled. We got some money out of the deal. We kind of worked on some regulation because they stopped their Kraken no longer does staking in the U.S. Beautiful. We get money in the process, and also we go through and we continue our choke point 2.0 systematic destruction of crypto. I'm really passionate. I'm fired up about this, guys. As you can tell, I'm really fired up about this situation because it's bull jive to me. Because now they're going after Ripple. So this really is amazing because they're in a war right now with XRP, and that can go either way. Now they're really aggressively going after Binance, who is going to fight back. Has started going after Coinbase months ago and has doubled down on them again. Coinbase is like, we're not having it, we're fighting back. And what I'm seeing today in like Discords and in Twitter and everywhere is that people are starting to rally around. Now, whatever you think about Coinbase or Binance, that's irrelevant. The point is it's almost like a family member. Like, we could fight amongst each other, that's fine. But have an outsider come in and pick a fight with one of us, the other ones are going to turn and be like, that's not happening. So that's what I'm starting to see, which is a great thing. Because we really need to put that line in the sand and say, you know what? We're not having it anymore. We're not going to take this abuse of power, this regulation by, basically by authority, by enforcement. There is no regulatory framework. There's no guidance. There's no anything. Everyone is basically saying, well, this is a security and we're going to charge you for it. When there's really no framework to be had. Now, guys, feel free to jump in here and post comments or whatever it is you want to do. I'm totally, I want to answer questions or clarify anything. But, we are in a position now where the rubber's meeting the road. And we all need to have some solidarity and stand together with. Now, again, I'm going to go with. Now, Binance came out with a report yesterday. Now, whatever you think about Binance's CEO, whatever, that's totally fine. They came out and basically said the same thing as Coinbase has said repeatedly, that they have reached out, that they have tried several times to get some sort of regulatory clarity so they're not in jeopardy. So now they're not breaking any laws, so that they're being as compliant as they can be without any kind of framework. To no avail. SEC has refused to answer any questions, has refused to respond, has refused to do anything that would make this situation, better. At least not make it go to court. I mean, really? There's nothing that you could have reached out to and communicated with? So this is a situation where, I think that we really need to stand together with crypto exchanges, as obviously as long as they're not breaking any laws and they're not doing anything nefarious. Okay, so I'm going to go with the impression, and hello again, you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going with the assumption that Coinbase and Binance are on the up and up. They are running respectable businesses, doing proper business practices. They're not commingling of funds, and that was another thing that Binance had responded with last night. Was that they were like, we are not doing anything improper. There's been no commingling of funds, because that was a big deal with FTX, right? They were mixing funds around and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So that was in part anyway. Of course, we know that, the Freed, whatever his name, I don't even remember his name, he was just robbing people left and right. So I think this is a different circumstance. But Binance has came out and just basically said, this is what we're not doing. And also with Coinbase, they came out and said the same thing today as well. Now, something else I just saw before I came on. You know how I said that they're doubling down by going after Coinbase, and they tripled down by naming cryptos that are on that you can stake, or that they're on Coinbase platform. Now we have 11. It gets better. We have 11 states that have now started legal action against Coinbase, and I'm going to name them, for being an unregistered broker and for selling unregistered securities. Sounds familiar, huh? You ready? You want to hear what they are? I'm going to tell you right now. All right. Okay, here we go. Illinois, Vermont, Alabama, Kentucky, California, Maryland, Wisconsin, Washington, there's no surprise there, New Jersey, South Carolina, Vermont. I lived in Vermont. Come on, I lived in Vermont for 8 years. I've got family, and my best friends live in Vermont. Really? Anyway, so they have started legal action of their own, and I think the reason why is to really sort of overpower Coinbase, financially anyway. So we're going to see what this situation ends up being, because it just keeps on going. Now, before we go any further, does anyone have any questions, anything you want to ask, or jump in this conversation? Because we're all here together, so let's have a conversation and talk about it. What do you guys think right now? I'm going to have a little bit of water. Man, it's been a busy couple of days, guys. I'll tell you that. Busy couple of days. And the SEC's been very busy too. I just hope that Congress is reading into this and looking into what is going on here, and is there any sort of impropriety on the SEC's part for taking all of this legal action against these exchanges. Someone else just popped on. Awesome. So, again, we have the SEC filing a lawsuit against Coinbase Exchange for being, one, an unregistered securities broker. Basically, since they started, it's funny because they're, as I said, they are a publicly traded company. You've got to go through rigorous, steps to be able to have that happen. And one thing also is Coinbase is one of the most strictest exchanges when it comes to accepting cryptos onto their platform. I mean, you got to be walking on water, man. Hey, David. Yeah, man, I really do too. Again, like I said, I lived in Vermont, and I'm just, some of these states, I don't want to say that I'm not surprised, but you got to think probably the SEC had something to do with this. I mean, this is unprecedented. It's not unprecedented now that the SEC is coming after these exchanges, but now we're getting individual states involved in filing suits, which I'm sure is going to be basically in line with what the SEC is basically, putting out there and saying, hey, now you've got to, toe the line, the party line, and this is what's happening, so you guys need to do that too. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's where we are. And I'll repeat them again one more time. We have Illinois, Vermont, Alabama, Kentucky, California, Maryland, Wisconsin, Washington, New Jersey, and South Carolina. Man, oh man, oh man. But what I want to, it's interesting because I want to see if I can run this. Hang on for a second, guys. I am going to punch something up here. And I hope everyone's having a good evening. And, see, this is going to, Come on, you're slow. It's taking a minute. You know what? We're gonna not do that. I have an older computer, guys, so when I do too many things going on, it has a rough time. So so that's kind of where we are there. So anyway, that is the situation that we are finding ourselves in right now as of today. And what do you guys think about this? What are your thoughts? Now, Coinbase was down, and the interesting thing was, when I got up this morning, I looked and I was like, what is going on? Because everything started to drop like immediately, cryptos across the board. And whenever that happens, you know there was some sort of a news catalyst. Something happened, either to BTC or there was some event that occurred to make everything drop. And we're talking 5-6%. And Coinbase was down, I think at one point almost like 30%, pretty close to it. Now it's going back up a little bit, and some of these cryptos are showing some life, which is really good, because what that's telling me, at least right now, is that people are not they're not kind of falling for the FUD. I mean, it's a negative catalyst for sure, but I think it's a strategic plan. Yeah, so now it's interesting. So now Bitcoin's up 5%, 3%, 15%, Ethereum. So now I'm really glad to see that this was just seems to be a temporary dip due to the fact of being such a surprise. So, but I am glad that everything is kind of coming up in the green, and that's really good. I'm really glad to see that. Hey, Juan, I'm glad you're here, man. I don't care. Showing up to the party late, it's better than not showing up at all. Yeah, sorry, brother. Kentucky's on the list. So I feel for you, man. So it's I'm hoping that no more states come out. And I like I said, I think that this is just part of the process, part of what the SEC is doing. And, but it's interesting because now they are really dividing themselves, because when you are in a dogfight with Ripple, with XRP, and we're going to know next week where that's all kind of an idea of where that's going to go. I think that's going to end fast. I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of the Ripple case too much longer. I think a decision will be made probably, I'm thinking, and I don't know, before the summer. So we'll have to see about that. But so I think that's going to be a big deal. So now they've been fighting with XRP. Now they're going up against Binance, who's got very deep pockets. They're a global exchange. Not regional, they're global, so they can hack it, and they're willing to fight. They said they're gonna. We're gonna duke it out. They don't want to, but they're going to. And Brian Armstrong came out today, and he's basically saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do what we got to do. We didn't want this fight, but the fight is here. So we are now gonna go ahead and we're gonna just defend what we do, because they're not doing anything wrong." And that's the situation. When you're not doing anything wrong, then then it makes it more like, okay, it's like, I want to fight now because I'm not doing anything. So, and this is your livelihood. People are trying to trample and ruin your reputation and saying you're this and that and the other thing. So, I don't know. We're going to see how this shakes out in the weeks and months. I don't think it's going to take years for some of these cases. I think, hopefully, what would be ideal is when they get in front of a judge, the judge goes, "Are you serious?" and throws the cases out of court. That would be ideal, and that would be a huge win for crypto. Because we really need a win right now. We need a win right now because every time the SEC does anything, they know they're guaranteed that there's going to be a dip. People are going to have a knee-jerk reaction. They're going to freak out, and they're going to sell or get out or do whatever. And that's the plan. That's part of what is happening here. And if you don't think Operation Choke Point 2.0 is for real, it's for real, guys. It is absolutely 100% for real. And, someone needs to step in. Congress needs to step in and do something because this is getting way out of hand and it's getting ridiculous. So that's kind of my thoughts on that whole situation. What do you guys think? By the way, if you are here and you have not subscribed to our channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you would just say hi, hit that like button if you don't mind. That would be great. And, while I'm taking a deep breath here, I'm going to have a sip of water. So I'm here in Florida. So the governor he's banning CBDCs. So I feel really confident that Florida is going to be A-okay, that they're not going to be filing any actions towards Coinbase. But while I've got you guys here, and before we move on to the next thing, I want to let everyone know that I'm excited to announce. So if you weren't here last night, the night before, there's been so much going on. I know I said I was going to be doing live streams only 3 nights a week, but this week there's been just so much stuff going on. I've just had to come on. I've had to come on and just keep everyone informed as best I can. It gives me also another reason to say that I'm happy to announce that I have started a Patreon. And I have the link in my banner, and you can check it out. I'm going to post it here if you guys want to go after. What basically it is, for as little as a cup of coffee at Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks, but for like $5 a month, you're going to get tremendous value. But I only want you to do it if you're getting tremendous value out of my videos and out of these live streams. And I'm going to post this here for you guys. Hopefully that clicks up. And there's different tiers. You can be a blockchain explorer, you could be an altcoin ambassador, or you could be a crypto titan. Each one has tremendous value and each one has different benefits. And if you go ahead and you sign on and become a Patreon, which basically is you're making a small contribution to my channel, to our channel, so I can do more for you. And in return, I'm giving you inside access. You've got a free ebook waiting for you right now. If you go ahead and you sign on, you're going to have, depending on what you do, you're going to see videos that I come out with. You guys will see them first. I'm going to be doing podcasts. I'm going to be doing special live streams. So it's just going to be, there's so much stuff going on there that I sat back and I'm like, what would I want to have if I was creating something? Because we're a small channel, you guys are doing so much. Every time you subscribe or hit the like button, it really helps. It really helps, and I appreciate you guys all very much. But if you want more access to me, you want to also have a community where we can connect like every day. Seriously. So there's also, if you sign on, I think even for the being a blockchain explorer, you have access to interactive community where I'm there, others are going to be there. So this is something totally new. I just started and I'm really excited about it. At least just go check it out. And if you like what you see, sign on. If not, I love you guys anyway. So let's continue. Now, there was a video that I was trying to show you guys if I could. And I don't know if I can here. See if I can find it, because my phone is all wacky, or not my phone, but my laptop. I have an older laptop. This thing it works like a champ, and I love it to death because I want to be nice to it. This thing is a 2000. Are you ready for this? It's a 2012 MacBook Pro. You got it. This thing is as old as my youngest son. And it still works like a champ, but there are some limitations to it. So when I overload it too much, then all of a sudden we start getting some lagging and some other issues. So I apologize if you guys are experiencing any of that. Eventually I will get a new one. I will get a new one, and we'll be able to upgrade, and we'll get a better camera, and everything will be all good in the world. But we just got to make do with what we got. But if you go on Twitter, Coinbase had an amazing response. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll find it, and I will post that link in the community tab. Right now, if you're not a Patreon member, the community tab is where you're going to go. For any kinds of information. So I'm going to post that video when we end this live stream. I'll go find it and post it, and you can check it out for yourself. It's not very long, but it basically runs through the numbers. It's Coinbase's video response to the SEC. I think it's really cool, and I liked how they did it. Very professional and very well done. Now, the president of Binance, and I always get his name wrong, so I'm not even going to try, basically came out and did a tweet today saying, basically referring to the SEC in response to their notification to Coinbase saying, if you have to go and pick a fight with everyone, maybe you're the ones at fault. And I thought that was really cool, because if you're having to go out and just fight with everyone, maybe it's not them, maybe it's you. But in my opinion, they really don't care anyway. I really don't think they care. There is a concerted effort in the United States to get cryptocurrency out of retail investors' hands. That's us, by the way, guys. We are retail investors, because we can't have you and I have wealth. That throws off the power structure. The top 1% of the country, right? That's the lawmakers. That's all control the majority of the nation's wealth. These big companies and big corporations, it's not us. So that is, in my opinion, one of the biggest reasons why everyone is coming after. You're seeing it on the news, right? Because these news companies they're owned by multi-billion-dollar companies with massive marketing strategies and sponsoring, and they're part of this process. So what we need to do, and this is where it comes down to you and I, what we need to do is not fall for the FUD, because none of these, well, the majority of these crypto projects are getting labeled securities. I honestly, I don't really give a crap. But what's happening is, when the SEC is coming out saying this is a security, it's all a way for them to have control. This is a control tactic. Hands down, 100%. Control and manipulation. All right? I want to be in control of the country's finances. I want to be in control. I can't have millions and millions of people have the same amount of wealth as I have, or maybe even more. Crypto could do that for people. So this is, again, for me, what I think anyway, in my opinion, is one of the big reasons why crypto is being pushed out. And it's interesting because the SEC is stating that, well, Coinbase is not protecting investors of fraud and manipulation and all this kind of stuff. What about the banking crisis? What about the housing crisis of 2007 all the way back? They got to be kidding me. Who did that? It wasn't crypto. Crypto didn't come out until 2009. When the housing bubble happened and crashed, who did that? Can't blame crypto. Who was it? Who was there to protect the millions of people who lost their homes. Right? So this is just common sense. This is just things that, again, we're being put in this position where we are having to like just take it. But I think we're getting to the point where we're not taking it anymore. And I really think that the SEC made a big mistake going after Binance and then coming right after. They weren't even disguising the fact we're coming. They should have just did it in both the same day and got it over with. So now what's happening is now you've got XRP. I tell you what, if the SEC loses against Ripple, you watch out because things are going to fall really fast, in my opinion. And I'm recording this so you can go back later and say, Scott, you were totally right on this, or man, you really got it wrong. So either way, we're going to know. But the point being is that when we are in a position where you and I, the average Joe, who makes this country run, we do that. Not the top 1%. I'm sorry. People who get up every day and go to work and struggle to survive, and families who don't even sit at home and have dinner anymore with their families because mom and dad are working late. It's not a one family member job anymore. Both parents have to just grind it out, not see each other. My wife and I do that too, right? And I'm in crypto. She's a coach. So we go in our offices and, my wife was joking with me yesterday. She's like, oh, I'll see you tonight. That was like 8 o'clock in the morning. You know when I saw her? 9 o'clock last night. Plus, we have kids. Our youngest are 15 and 14. So we are all of us here who are struggling to try to make a better life for ourselves and for our families. Sacrificing time away from our families, from our loved ones, from doing things. I would much rather be hanging out at the beach or at the pool or something, but I love doing this. And this is why when I'm doing this, when I'm creating the YouTube videos, when I'm doing these live streams, it's because I care. I'm an educator. I'm passionate about crypto, and I'm passionate about what crypto can do globally. I invest in crypto to make a better life for myself and for my family. Now, again, we are all hustling. So if DCA, dollar cost averaging in, so I'm going to interrupt myself here because I want David to, don't own any, but crossing my fingers for Ripple to win that lawsuit. That would be huge. David, I don't have any Ripple either, man. You know what? I should just go buy some. Just because. I haven't bought Ripple because I've sort of been on the fence with them. I have other cryptos that I DCA in, and I'm continuing to do. You guys know I'm heavily... Oh, yeah, by the way, gaming tokens are next. They're going to be the next things to get on the chopping block. So prepare yourselves for that. Okay? It's a systematic deconstruction of crypto. They're starting off with the bigger, and they're going to work our way down. Gaming tokens will be next. At some point, if something isn't done, and if you're a smaller project... If you're a smaller project, you may not be, and you're getting sued by the SEC, which will run you millions of dollars. Where we are right now, not too many people are going to have that kind of capital. So, yeah, I don't know what CASPA is. KASPA? What is that? I'm not sure. But, yes, if Ripple wins that case, David... That'll be a huge turn of events for crypto. And dare I say, possibly we could see the beginning of a bull run. Maybe, possibly. Not a financial advisor, don't have a crystal ball, just my gut. Because everything's been hinging on for the past 2 years with this thing, with SEC. I remember when they first came out, the SEC, and was like, oh, we're going after Ripple. I was like, oh, what? Wow. And here we are. And I think it's coming to a conclusion. So whatever happens is going to be a huge event for XRP and for crypto as a whole. Hey, Crypto Sniper, how you doing, man? Nice to be here. Have you been here before? Have I seen you before? I don't think so. Well, if you haven't been here before, awesome. If you haven't been here before, then welcome. We are totally glad that you are here. Thank you for being here, man. Awesome. So I want to get your take on where you think we are at with this whole SEC going after Binance, going after Coinbase. Does anyone have any feedback, anything they want to share, or any knowledge that they've picked up throughout the day? Them just popped up on my screen. There we go. Oh, man. I think if you are saying that we're a great channel, I appreciate it. If that's true, I appreciate you, man, very much. You know what, Juan? I normally don't like calling people names like that, fools and stuff like that, but I think he's being foolish, and I think he's a bully. And I can't stand bullies. I never have. That's just something that for me I just cannot tolerate, and I think he's getting away with it. The more complacent crypto projects are, the quicker. Now I can't blame them, because if you don't have deep pockets, then it's hard. I get it, but no, Juan, no. You can say that. I mean, some people would call him worse than that. A fool to me is someone who doesn't know what they're doing, and he knows exactly what he's doing. Exactly. It's a concerted effort. So this isn't like, oops, I made myself look foolish on this and that. He's, and I don't know how he is as a person. So I want to be careful. I don't want to judge the man, how he is with his family and his friends. He could be the greatest person in the world. Who knows? But in this kind of situation, he's devious, man. He's just, really, and there needs to be some sort of accountability. There has been no accountability for the SEC. They're running rimshot through crypto like a bull through a china shop. They don't care. They're going for it, and they're okay with that. That's part of their plan. But from what I understand, the SEC has been hemorrhaging employees. So that tells you something. If you are happy with the company you're with, you're not going to have like this mass exodus. You're going to be staying. But if people are leaving left and right, then that tells you there's something going on behind the scenes that isn't good. I couldn't wait to get on tonight, guys. I was so fired up. I'm like, man. And I'm glad you guys are here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Please let everyone know that we're here and that we are talking about Coinbase's legal action. Now, I'm not sure, maybe I should go through and notify everyone again one more time of the 11 states that are also filing legal action against Coinbase. You want to hear what they are? Here they are again. Illinois, Vermont, where I lived for 8 years, Alabama, Kentucky, California, Maryland, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Washington, and South Carolina. And who knows? Tomorrow we could wake up in the morning, there could be more for all I know. We could wake up in the morning and the SEC could be going after crypto.com for all I know. That would be crazy. That would be really crazy if they did that. Oh my goodness. So hey everyone, make sure you're hitting that like. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, I encourage you to do so. Again, I'm just mentioning this now because I'm really excited about it. I've also started a Patreon. So for as little as a cup of coffee, you can have direct access to me on a daily basis. You can even have input on projects that I'm going to be doing and early access to videos. And there's a free gift there for you right now. If anyone here goes and they sign up for Patreon, you're going to get a free ebook from Amazon that I wrote. And that's really exciting. And if you do that, give me a thumbs up because I want to acknowledge you. And I will also acknowledge you in live streams and in my regular videos because you know what? You guys are making this channel. This isn't me. You guys right here watching these live streams and watching my videos, and man, you guys are rock stars. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So, even if you don't sign on to Patreon, you guys are awesome anyway, but I hope you do because there's a lot of tremendous benefits from it. At least I feel that way anyway. Go check it out and let me know. Okay, so now we've covered a lot of information. And I want to also do a quick... So David's posting, I like questions. Whenever I do that, I'm going to highlight you. Congress needs to come up with crypto rules of the... Yeah, they do, man. They really do. The EU, 27 countries, and they've got a framework already. We're only one country and we can't get it together? Come on. Something that's reasonable. Something that will work for everyone, that is going to be fair and give people an opportunity to do the right thing. And give people a way to invest in crypto. Now, let me back up. Do I think there needs to be some kind of regulations? I do. Especially with these community tokens that come out and the devs aren't doxxed. You don't know who the hell they are. And they come out and then they rug. There needs to be some protections there for people. Because I think sometimes people come in and they want to get rich quick. And the way I operate, I'm very conservative. I'm not interested in getting rich quick. Okay? I'm interested in not losing my shirt and then totally be down on crypto. Well, it wasn't crypto that made you lose all your money. You did. So it's about not buying into FUD. It's not going into the FOMO. It's not investing with emotion. It's using logic and reason. Right? And investing only money that you're not afraid to lose. That's a big thing. Don't invest money you're not afraid to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, stay out of crypto. Crypto's a fast pace. Crypto is, look at what we saw. We saw Coinbase go down, 20%? 20%? Stocks or cryptos were down 6-7% today, 5%. You don't see that. You see that in a year in traditional stock market. So in crypto, you can't come in with a stock trader's mentality, thinking, "Oh, okay, I could just buy this stock and sit back, and maybe I'll check in a week or two, and maybe it went up 2%. Oh, great, no big deal." And 4 months later, it went up another percent. Wonderful. Here, that happens in 5 minutes. So when we're dealing with crypto, we really need to be paying attention, and we need to be keeping track of the news, and we need to be also making sure that we're watching our portfolios and having a plan of action for the bull market, the bear market, when FUD happens, right? When FOMO occurs. Now, FUD is usually the driving force in a bear market. And FOMO is a driving emotional force in a bull market. And then there's JOMO, which is joy of missing out. Because sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm glad I got out of that position, or I'm glad I didn't get into that project because, man, what a disaster that is. So you have and that could be that could go for both ways, right? JOMO could be for anything, you know. You're going to take a trip to see somebody or see something like, oh, I didn't go. Phew, I'm glad I missed that. I'm glad I missed out on that whole disaster. So we are talking about the SEC's legal action against Coinbase and yesterday's legal action against Binance. And the 11 states that are also going to be, I believe they've already filed against Coinbase. And I think that may also be a way for the SEC to not drain so much, that it's going to be a drain on their resources. But if Coinbase has to fight the SEC and 11 individual states, that's going to be a drain on resources. So I'm hoping that the crypto community as a whole, we come together. And like I said earlier in this live stream, that I think it's important that we all come together. Whatever you think about Coinbase, whatever you think about Binance, at this point right now is irrelevant. Like I said, it's like two brothers. We could fight amongst ourselves, but if someone else comes and wants to fight one of us, then we both turn. It's like we can fight with each other, but not an outsider. That's kind of the way I look at it. So we could agree like, Coinbase really messed up. They screwed up a lot when they didn't list Gala V2 and, Binance and whatever and this and that. There wasn't enough this kind of stuff. That's internal. That's us. But now you've got an external entity coming in, basically trying to just drive a pitchfork right through you, and we need to stand up to that because it will not stop. It'll continue. There has to be the line in the sand. Do not cross, right? Do not go past go. You're not collecting $200. We have to stop. We have to stand and say that's enough. We're not going to allow this to happen anymore. And I think once we all do that collectively, if enough of us do that collectively, that's the only way this is going to stop. The only way, I think. Or unless Congress comes out and they do something that's, they're coming out and they're doing something that's going to be drastic. That's going to help our crypto community as a whole, because it is. We're talking DeFi. We're talking decentralized. We're talking decentralized DEXs. You name it, because no crypto is safe, especially if now they're coming out and they're naming cryptos. ADA specifically, Polygon specifically, Axie Infinity, which is a game. Here they come. Filecoin, Chills. I mean, there's a list of 8 or 9 of them. So it's not going to end there, guys. So something needs to be done, and we all need to just stick together. And like I said before, I was really happy to see before I came on and started this live stream, I did go onto Coinbase, and I was looking, and everything was back up, 3, 4, 5%. Everything that they had lost earlier in the day, they were back up. So I'm hoping that this is just a short-term, FUD situation. And, once everyone settles in, it's almost like we're desensitized. Yeah, we're used to the SEC. So maybe it won't have as much of an impact. But again, depending on your mindset, this could have been a great buying opportunity for you today. I mean, this could have been something that you would have been, you know what? Things are down 5%. Let me go shopping. I did. I entered on. I bought some more H-bar. I got some more Cardano, and I'm staking them both, right? So, having a plan of action when the markets are down, because now's the time to do it. And this too will pass. Everything will pass. This is just temporary. And once we get some sort of framework, once we find out what happens with XRP, that I think will be the catalyst, one way or the other. So obviously, if XRP loses their court case, that'll be bad. We probably will see temporarily like all-time lows across the board. I think we'll see BTC, maybe not BTC because they're kind of exempt, but you'll see Ethereum, you'll see all these altcoins. And an altcoin is basically anything other than Ethereum and BTC and Bitcoin. You're going to see those drop. Now, if there's a settlement reached, I think that's a good thing too. I don't know. There might be a little bit of a pump. There may be, but it won't be as drastic. I think it probably not a whole lot would happen. It may go up, depending on the conditions of the settlement. And obviously, if Ripple wins their lawsuit, I think that ushers in a bull run. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts on that. So, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win this Ripple case? The SEC or XRP? I'm curious to find out. And I'm going to be on the next 2 nights, guys. So you don't get away from me. And I'm going to keep everyone posted and keep up going on with what's going on with everything. And I think I may be producing another gala video. There's some stuff coming up there that, again, we can basically use this time to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. This sort of is a give and take. Yeah, we don't know right now, David. That's the thing. I'm not sure either, and that's why I haven't bought Ripple, because I'm not sure, because you would have to be paying attention. Like, if you start seeing like there's some activity going on, lawyers are doing this or they're talking or this or that, that's when you got to be right there by the wherever you're getting your news from and close to your exchange, so you can either maybe buy in more or keep what you have or liquidate your position depending on the situation. So we're just going to have to see. But again, the 13th is when these Hinman documents come out, and we'll find out if there's anything. Oh, sorry, guys. I've been talking so much, I haven't had enough oxygen into my brain. Woohoo! It's crazy up in here. It's hot too. We got 5 people up in here. All right, so I know we've got like a few people here. Who here has not said hi yet? Is Crypto Sniper still here, or did he dig out? I love that name, by the way. That's a cool ass name. But if you are here, let us know you are here. Give us your thoughts. Because I value every single one of you, and your opinion matters. So, just putting that out there. Just saying, guys. Your opinion matters. You're here watching me, and I appreciate it. I'm going to probably do a video tomorrow with their contract update. There's some stuff. It's just finalizing everything, but you were here last night, so we were talking about the NFTs that you got from Gala. So you should probably check if you have. Check your Gala account. Make sure you have your NFTs. But right now, everything's been just kind of chilling out right now with them. They've just been, But one thing which is really interesting that I've noticed, that I'm seeing more of their games. When you go onto the website and you look at their games, I'm seeing a lot more games being Mac compatible. That to me is I have Macs. I don't have a PC. There's a lot. Most of the games I can't play because I don't have a PC. Well, I have my wife's tower, her old Dell, down here beside me. I would have to connect it to one of my monitors. And right now my desk isn't big enough I need to get a bigger desk. And so I'm kind of limited to what I can do right now with the games. But so it's good to see that some of these are Mac compatible, and especially we've got the 3 games that are live from Ember Games, which is the Champions Arena, and then you have Meow Match and Dragon Strike. So right now, those are the 3 mobile games that are, I think, live. Unless there's some other ones, I'm not sure. I've been kind of shifting my focus to some other things the past couple of days. But and keep your eyes peeled, guys, because I will be doing a bat video, a Brave video. Keep your eyes out. That's going to be a killer. If you don't know much about Brave browser and the bat basic attention token, within the next probably 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be putting out a really comprehensive video about that with the help of the Brave leadership. So I'm kind of in touch with those guys, which is great, and they're going to be helping me. We're going to be putting out a really good video for you guys. And if you don't know what Brave browser is, you will definitely get some information. Oh, someone hit the like button. Thank you, guys. But you will definitely be getting more information about what Brave actually is, what it can do. There's a lot of updates to it. It's more than just a browser. It's more than just a security browser. So just keep yourself posted. All right. What's this here? You guys are awesome. And if you're here watching and you have not subscribed to our channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then make sure that you hit, whenever I do these live streams, make sure you hit notify me so that way you know when I do live streams. I know a lot of times I don't post a live stream until like the morning of. Hey Wayne, what's happening, man? Welcome. Is this your first time being here, my friend? If it is, then welcome, man. I'm glad you're here. And if not, I have a wonderful short-term memory. Don't smack me too hard. We've just been going over the whole situation with the SEC, with Coinbase, and with Binance, doing a little bit of an update on Gala. They have so much stuff going on right now, it's insane. They just keep on keeping on. Except for, and I got to put this out there, man, I appreciate you, brother. You kidding me, man? Awesome. Man, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. But Gala, man, they have okay, I got to share this with you if you don't know. All right, check this out. Now, we've been wanting merch from them for a long time. Now, I'm normally a hat and coffee mug kind of guy. That's my jam. Okay, I like, coffee mugs. If I travel anywhere, I'm buying a damn coffee mug or some, whatever. They've got these hoodies out. Now, they're hoodies, from what I understand, if you're a Gala Gold member with Gala, you get a discount, but they still are $105. they could be made out of solid gold, and I'm still not going to spend $105 for a hoodie. That's just me. I'm not saying that the quality of them aren't good. Now, if someone wanted to send me one, that would be a totally different story. But they are starting to get merch. So I'm hoping that they'll have something a little bit more affordable. That, especially if you live in like a foreign country. Man, if you have, because that's not even shipping. You still got to pay for shipping. So I would hate to imagine if you lived in England or you lived in Germany or frickin' Ireland or something like that, what that shipping cost would be. It'd be probably more than the hoodie would be worth. So we'll see what happens with that. I know they were giving a little bit of flack to Jason Brink, who's the president of the blockchain, of the gaming blockchain. A little bit of grief about it. He wasn't saying anything, but you got to think a little bit of who your audience is. Not everyone's going to be able to have. I'd rather take $105 and invest it. I'd rather buy $105 and put it in Gala or HBAR or ADA or Matic or whatever, XLM, XRP for that matter. Shoot, $105, that gives you what? 200, yeah, about a little over 200 XRP for $100. No, wait a minute. Right? Yes, about 200 XRP. That's really not that bad. Unless my math is totally off. Anyway, which I am. If it is, correct me, guys. Let me know. But I will be here tomorrow at 7:30 p.m., guys. So no matter what's going on or if nothing's going on, I'm still going to be here. And remember, if you have not, I just keep saying this because it's you guys that make this channel grow. And you guys are really why I'm here. I do everything I do for you guys. So, if you want to know more about the videos I'm dropping, if you want to see previous videos that I've done, you want to be notified when things are happening, hit that subscribe button. Go check out my Patreon channel or my Patreon and see if it's worth it for you. And I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours with with the SEC, and see if they hopefully don't go after anyone else. So hey, you guys, have a great evening. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so much. And I will post that Coinbase response video on the community tab, so go check that out. And Juan, you have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And crypto never sleeps here at the Crypto Dojo. Night, guys.